Wait, do people not like watch? So like you've never watched like local New York news?
No, I've never had cable.
You've never had cable?
When I was living in New York.
Not even basic cable.
No. No, I don't think so.
So what do you use?
I don't. You mean like to get my news? I don't.
No, not to get
I
don't. You're like, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's happening. Everybody seems upset though.
You hear about 9/11?
Yeah, I'm just hearing about this. Yeah, I don't have I don't have like basic TV. I just have the streaming shit.
So you just go with Netflix, Hulu?
Yeah, I mean, I download it all illegally, but I don't have any of them actually. But no, that's not true. I have like Hulu because it's baked into my Spotify somehow.
Oh, that's interesting. Let me know you did that.
Yeah,
I'm interested in that.
Yeah, I never watch it because I have a site. If you want it, DM me. You just type in what you want.
DMs either way. Look at
you
those
want
green
just?
socks.
I mean, come on, people. Yeah, you just type in whatever, and then if they got it, it's on there. It's like a free TV shows, movie. No live, but
no.
I have another site for that if I want to do like sports and stuff.
Is it Front Row?
No. You mean like the site? Is it the name of the site? No, it's like Sport Surge something like that. But it's. I mean, I've used it. For NFL this whole season, and I was like, I literally had my finger on the mouse to get NFL ticket. And Ted was like, "What are you doing?" No, and then he hooked it up.
Well, I mean, you do steal everything else. Why not also
why not bake in
content?
I was like, "This is the final frontier. How have I not had this?" And I've always wanted to, but like, I feel like sometimes you go on Reddit.
You always wanted to steal, or you always wanted?
Well, like I know people like with UFC, for example. I don't want to pay a $60 pay-per-view, and I've always heard of people just like, oh yeah, just stream it. And but you go on Reddit and go down like these rabbit holes of links, and it's all just, they're pop-ups and viruses and shit.
Yeah.
But finally, there's some god out there who's streaming this and putting it online on this website.
I know.
So it's
for UFC, I do that. My buddy
UFC?
is the head of. He's the head editor for all UFC content.
Oh, so you have like inside.
Well, I hit him up every time. I'm like, hey, where's the streaming site for this? And he goes, can you just buy it and like support? And I was like, no. Why would I do that?
I was so expecting that story to go into I was expecting to be like, here's a private link to our live feed server. Like it's the most clear stream. There's no delay. And he's like, no, could you please support the organization?
Yeah, like it's the goddamn Girl Scouts. I know how much money you're making. Just send me the link.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like they're doing okay.
Yeah, well, I'll pay for the pay-per-view.
Yeah. Could you just...
Yeah, come on. What is this?
Oh, that's great.
A little startup?
Yeah.
But you don't know Rosanna Scotto.
No, I don't know this lady.
Rosanna Scott. She's the queen of New York. She really is.
Yeah?
She had, so I don't know if you know this, Hugh Hefner's ex-wife wrote a book.
Of course, sure.
It's like Shannon Hefner. It's something Hefner.
Okay.
So the book's all about like how he
last name.
abused her and abused the girls and like what it's like to live in the Playboy mansion.
She published it after he died?
After he died.
Coward.
With the last name Hefner.
Coward.
Yeah. How much are you really hurting, babe?
Yeah.
Still using the name for clicks.
Yeah, come on. I'm downloading your book immediately or illegally when I get home.
That's right. He also has a source for that.
I'm not supporting. All right.
No.
Well, that's rough. I mean, I could believe it. I mean, it's a credible story, but a guy. You're not well adjusted if you're living in a house with a bunch of fucking 22-year-olds walking around naked already. But this term abused, folks, it gets tossed around left and right. Can we get a clear definition on what it means to be abused? Because you just throw that out. Because verbally abused is very different than physically abused. I know I'm not breaking any
why didn't you
big
take
news.
This one?
Here's the thing about abuse. You can call my ex. I've never abused her. I've never abused I never abused anybody for that fact.
No,
but
just the system.
You know what? Forget everything I said. Buy the book. I'm sure it's a great book. Buy the book. But she's also, I'm sure, making a lot of coin off of it.
I'm
That's
sure.
the whole They probably came to her like, "You want to write a book about your husband's life?" And she's like, "Well, that's not going to sell."
Yeah. She's like, "Let me tell you what actually went down here."
He wrote that book. I'm gonna write a different one.
Yeah. Well, you kind of sound like Rosanna Scott, I'll be honest, because she had this woman on the show. She's sitting with her, and she's like, "Can we be honest? You knew that was going to happen, huh?"
Oh, man.
And I was like, this is why I watch local New York news.
I love when women take the other take, because it's so hard to like come at, because, you know, if I make a point that's hard to agree with, I have no thing I can step back on. We're like, well, as a blank, 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 I can say this because, but when
you have a black brother.
I do have a black brother, but I've tried to make a bit about this.
I know, I've heard it. People don't like it.
People don't like it. But yeah, I think I do have a black brother. He's half black. I round up. But
it's a half brother.
It's a half brother.
Half black brother, half black.
Yeah.
Does that make him a quarter brother? Or
no, I don't think it makes him
or
a quarter
brother.
Black? If he's
brother.
Brother. Yeah. Kind of wish he was from another mother so that
Does
I
it make
could
him
say
a whole brother or a quarter brother? Because you have to multiply the halves.
He's a whole brother.
Do you add or multiply?
I think he's just cross solve for X.
Right.
I don't know. I haven't looked into it. But no, I've never actually like written a bit about, because every bit that like immediately comes to your head is just hack to me about like, you know, oh, he was raised in a white family, so he swims, he plays lacrosse, and it's just, I don't find it funny.
Does he swim and play lacrosse?
He played lacrosse. He didn't swim. He can swim. He can swim.
Right.
They can. Yeah.
He can swim.
He can swim. All right. The stereotype is not. But you know, he also grew up around pools. So. That's.
Oh, I really didn't know where that was. I got nervous. I was like, "Is that sentence done?"
Yeah.
I was gonna let you stick the landing on that one.
No, we figured it out. But that doesn't. I've never been able to actually use that as a defense for anything. Like
right.
it, you know.
Yeah, well, because it's not supposed to be.
Why? Why does it not? Why does it not mean anything? Because I think a lot of times, if you come off ignorant, you could be ignorant, but people assume that what you're saying is out of ignorance. It's like, no, I'm saying what I'm saying, in spite of the fact that I've been around. Insert people.
Well, give me an example of when you tried to use it. Let's see if you're the problem or if everyone else is the problem.
Well, we could rewind.
Yeah, let's rewind.
Let's rewind a couple of years ago to when there were things happening in the country. People were upset. There was some civil unrest in the streets. And there were, folks in the streets marching about things they were upset about. And
Israel, Palestine.
Not that one.
Oh.
The one with the fist, BLM.
Oh, I thought you meant Pride.
Pride. That's the crossover we didn't know we needed.
That's right.
Pride and BLM.
Both using fists.
Yeah. Really? Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
The fist, they appropriated the fist in the air. The gays did. See?
That's what I'm saying.
See, we all got something, But I forget what my take was. I was probably just, it was COVID. We were all upset. And, I feel like you just couldn't criticize it at all without somebody calling you racist.
Mm.
And it's like, no, it's not that. I've seen how, I know that black people are affected disproportionately by the police than the whites,
Of course.
That was a weird, I remember the first time my younger brother we all get into trouble as kids, with the cops get called on you, whatever. And the fact that he got treated differently than the other, they were like, "Hey, you fucking hold it right there." It was weird of oh man, no, not that guy. That's my little brother.
No, you don't understand,
I'm
sir. He's half white.
You don't understand. This is not the guy.
He can swim.
He plays lacrosse. Literally, he may have had a lacrosse lanyard dangling from his shorts. It's that's not the guy.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
He didn't. I forget what they were doing, but
they were a robbing store.
Yeah, they were a robbing store. But he's got a lanyard. I mean, he looks innocent. Look at him. Look at him.
Baby face.
No, he's a good kid. He's huge now. Yeah, he was always because he's got different genetics.
And stop playing sports.
No. He goes. He's in college right now.
Oh, there you go.
And he was playing football, but now he's just been getting super into like lifting. Like he does the competitive lifts.
Oh, he's
and shit.
Olympic.
He does the Olympic
lifts.
that type of shit. And every time I see him, last time I saw him was around Christmas time, and we were wrestling. And I think that was the last trip where I was like, I got you. That was the last time of like
around Christmas.
Yeah, well, I don't get to see him that often, so I'm like, by the time I see you next, you're gonna be strong. Like you're gonna be able to take me.
Right, but you're 30. He's 18 at the youngest.
No, he's 20.
No, yeah, I know,
21.
Yeah. I'm trying to give you a break here.
Yeah.
And you just wrestle each other at that age?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Is it?
Yeah, that's white trash.
Well, I mean,
that's another way to prove he's white. You're like, sir,
Yeah.
we wrestle still.
I mean, if you just get brothers in a living room with their shoes off, it's a countdown until we start wrestling. That's 100%.
As children, yes. You're
No.
adults.
I know.
Like,
Well,
that's a felony.
no, I mean it's fun because it starts with like a little like come here, wait, and then we lock up, right?
Yeah.
Now we're tugging, and it gets serious, and then we go to the ground, and it's a matter of time until we roll one way, knock a lamp over.
Right.
The dogs are getting into it. The dogs are all fucking riled up. It's a problem.
Police are called.
The
Your
police are
mom's
called.
crying.
I'm like, officer, it's not.
He has a lanyard.
He's got a lanyard, officer.
Right.
And he's the only one that I can do it with because I can't wrestle my older brother.
He's
that
a
stopped.
legitimate killer.
That stopped when I was like 6. You know, I couldn't do that anymore.
Wait, how old is he?
He's only 3 years older than me, but he's
been training to kill for that long.
He was a high school wrestler. That's like when it started. You know,
that's
inflicting
when
the
they
pain.
clicked.
Yeah, when he was just like, oh, this feels nice.
Yeah.
This is
Navy
nice.
SEAL, folks.
That's what. That's what he does. He's about to go do something I'm not allowed to talk about, but yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to say Cirque du Soleil. Yeah, he's
not-
going on tour with Cirque.
I think I can talk about this. He's going out with
What,
like
are you getting a Netflix special
no,
you can't reveal?
I think hasn't been announced yet, but no. So he's going somewhere with some folks, and
Okay.
and all his like buddies, I guess that he's going out with. They're not going to be home, so he bought all these like pride stickers to put on the backs of their trucks while they're away, and it's just like, I love being pegged. I like, just anal, like the most gay signs you could ever have, and they put them on the back of their trucks. It's a goof.
So
folks.
he's staying, they're going.
I think they're going out like maybe at a different time or something like that. But he threw that in the family group chat, and I think that's not a matter of national security. I can say that. That's a fun gag,
I like that. Even the Navy SEALs, their humor is if you come back in a wheelchair with one leg and you're rolling out of the hospital, you go, oh, pegged.
Yeah, I feel like, who did this?
That's funny.
They're more of like,
Yo, did you do that? I
I
can't really see it due to lack of
you
eyesight.
son of a bitch.
But that's good.
Yeah, hopefully not. Everyone's gonna come home.
That's right.
From wherever.
Shout out to the boys, dude.
See the fist. Everything comes back to the fist. It's a good symbol of.
Not if you ask my dad.
It's it's very against the fist. Yeah, I mean it means it's a good thing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where they're. I truly don't know where they're going, but I know they're going somewhere.
I mean, there's only a finite amount of places that they would go.
I mean, it seems like every day there's another place that is something's popping off. You know what I mean?
I also don't understand what. Not to make light of this situation, but I got an update today. I get like automatic CNN updates. I don't know why.
Oof.
I know. I think my dad told him he's like, I think he's a lib. Just push that shit to him. But I got the CNN update that's like 5 Marines die in helicopter crash in rural California.
Yeah,
I was like,
I got that one too.
what are they doing?
Maybe a training exercise. I didn't read the article, but a lot of that happens a lot in like.
Have you ever read an article?
Training exercise.
I don't.
I'll skim.
Huh.
I skim. Because I feel like they give you, it's kind of like a recipe where like they give you this whole bullshit right before they get to the meat of the thing. Like you just want how long in the oven at 350. When you're really clicking on the and they give you the whole backstory. I feel like that's a lot of the times with articles is they give you all this shit that doesn't really matter before you get to the meat of the thing. I've been reading a lot of articles. You know, I've been balls deep on it. Have you been following this Crumbly shooting case?
I thought you meant crumble cookies.
No, every time I type crumble into Google News, crumble cookies comes up first.
Have you ever had a crumble cookie?
I have.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
I had them recently. They're not bad.
They're better than murder.
It's
so
harsh
stupid.
take.
Yeah, I shouldn't be in marketing.
I should be in marketing. No, it was in like I think somewhere in Michigan.
The mom who bought the gun.
Yeah. She's the first. Like they're the first parents to be tried for their like son who committed the murder, and she just got convicted on all 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. It's facing 60 years.
I saw the sentence on TikTok.
Yeah, dude. But we were I forget where we were. We were like me, Ben, and May. We were in like DC, and we had like the local news or whatever, and then for some reason they were covering it, and we were watching that in the mornings, and I just got hooked because the mom's lawyer. Sucked. She sucked so much. She was annoying to listen to. She was really not a good speaker, and she had no points. She literally was like an open micer lawyer, and the fucking prosecutor like who would follow up with the questioning was just sharp and so smooth and like speaking quickly. He was like Osama up there. You know how he just like fucking just goes in and out of shit? Right. It's very...
Osama Siddiqui, not Osama bin Laden.
Osama Siddiqui.
Okay.
Also not as good of a speaker than Osama bin Laden was a better speaker than this lady. I would have...
He wasn't great live.
Maybe he wasn't great live, but he was probably more intelligent. Had to be to pull off 9/11. I mean, come on, folks.
I don't know if you know the operation's pretty simple.
It was.
Get 6 guys into 3 planes and go down.
Yeah. But though you had the training and the traveling around the airports. Have you been to the museum? Because they tracked the whole.
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, you could have just used a flight simulator. You didn't have to enroll in a whole camp.
Yeah, but it was like it was the planning was over like years and shit. It was really.
Yeah, that's how bad he was.
It was thought out, or you just. I mean, that's how.
He also tried to bomb the Twin Towers. That didn't work out. They found it immediately. They're like, "Hey, are you bombing this?" He's like, "Ah, shit."
And did he give up? No, he didn't.
That is a lesson.
He didn't give up. He kept trying.
Persistence.
And the guy got it done. Meanwhile, this lawyer, the trial was like 2 weeks, and then she's going to jail. She's going to go to jail.
And now, again, this is something I did no research into.
Yeah.
But then her lawyer, her whole defense was like, listen, she was cheating on her husband. Her mind wasn't in the right place.
Yeah.
That was like her defense.
It was like that, and it was also like, I'm a mother. I don't know what I would have done differently. And the whole jury's like, there's so many things you could have done differently. There's
now
so
we're
many
gonna
things.
try you. What?
And the evidence was so bad. I mean, there's text messages. The son is like, I'm thinking bad thoughts, and she's like, we're with the horses. We'll be back in 5 hours.
Shut up. Do not disturb mode.
And then the husband text to the husband of like, are you picking him? I don't want to pick him up. Like, well, one of us should check on him. Like,
this kid sucks. You deal with him.
It was so just pretty damning. But yeah, they decided because she was the last one to use the gun that she's, somehow responsible.
She was the last one to use the gun?
She was the last one to have possession of the gun before he got it. So she obviously didn't lock it up or whatever. The gun was like a birthday present to the kid.
That I knew.
Yeah.
But you would think like they swiped the card, but the kid would get the gun. Like you go to the store, they just give the gun to the kid, but you buy it.
No, it was the husband bought the gun, but the kid was present because they interviewed the person who worked at the shop, and they were like, "Well, he's buying. It's in the dad's name. I'm pretty sure."
And the dad's okay. He's not being.
Oh no, they're being tried separately. He's about to go on trial too. That's what I thought. I'm like, why are they just charging
him? You want to be the one that goes first in that situation.
Yeah, because then it's like just a landslide where it's they're not gonna try the mom and then not try
What, he's gonna be innocent?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? After seeing, I hope he's got a different lawyer. Because hey, buddy, you going to jail if you got the same lawyer.
I hate to tell you, guys. Or maybe she gets better the second time.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's like Bin Laden. Like this was her bombing of the Twin Towers.
There you go. It all comes
She's
back.
like, I'm thinking of reworking the strategy. What if we go... Yeah, I don't know. Godspeed.
He enrolls in flight school.
I hope he figures it out.
Yeah. Well, shout out to you.
Yeah, it's fucking tough. But I've been.
So you're digging into that.
I've been digging into that. You know, I'm
you
following.
were in Florida.
I was in Florida. I took a couple days down there just to. I thought I could go and be one of these people that just like relaxes on the beach and do nothing.
Oh, you were by yourself?
It's by myself.
Huh.
Yeah. Just
You went by yourself to the beach of Florida.
Yeah.
To Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Huh.
I know. Interesting move.
Yeah,
I had like some flight credits. I couldn't go too far without spending more money on the flight. And so I went down there, literally just like the only things I wanted to do was to just sit on the beach and smoke a cigar and go to Hooters. And I accomplished both of those in the span of 4 hours. And then I had like 3 extra days there. So I just did. I mean, I did that.
You really didn't plan things out.
No, I literally had.
Well, you did.
Had no. That was the only thing. I had no other plans, and besides, going to Hooters.
Because they don't have cigars in Hooters here.
They don't. But I've been to this. It was a specific.
Well,
Hooters.
it's I know it's a family landmark.
It's a family landmark, so I wanted to go back to the landmark and smoke a cigar at the spot, and then go to Hooters. I was pleasantly surprised with the Hooters.
Huh.
Like, I don't know how often you frequent this establishment.
The Fort Lauderdale Hooters or Hooters?
Hooters in general. There's not too many.
I went once.
Well, as a seasoned vet, a lot of times you go...
How many Hooters have you been to?
Like 5 or 6, maybe. Different ones.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot of Hooters.
That's a lot of Hooters. You've been to the Atlantic City one, I'm assuming.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I've been to even more Hard Rock cafes.
How many Hard Rock cafes have you been to?
I have. We used to go to those a lot, and they had they would sell pins from each Hard Rock.
Yeah, we know.
I have about. They're not all mine. Some of them were my dad's. But
yeah.
I have about like 20 of them.
You had 20 different Hard Rock pins.
Yeah, and some of them overlap. I think I have a couple AC ones, but. Yeah, from like Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Baltimore, New York, Atlantic City. Yeah. My dad got one in Ireland.
I know, so you're not saying Paris, Rome, London.
No, well,
Singapore.
Those places aren't cultured. They don't have. They don't got the Hard Rocks.
You hit like every white trash mecca.
Yeah, that's where they built. That's where they built them.
They're essentially like corporate white trash Taj Mahals.
Yeah, and they're always built within like a 2-mile radius of a Hooters. And so you just hit one after the other.
Yes. Yeah, it's like a white trash compound in every city.
Yeah,
there's usually a Planet Hollywood in the area as well.
Oh, Planet Hollywood, maybe, they're dying off. Maybe a rainforest cafe. Yeah, God forbid.
They're declaring bankruptcy.
Are they?
R.I.P.
God,
I know.
You know what?
People don't understand what they had.
It's a time gone by.
I know.
It's pretty sad. But anyway, you go to the Hooters, and a lot of times... Their whole marketing is like, we got hot chicks with huge tits serving the food. And
we're aware.
And you go there, and, well, I don't know, you got a like, big gay audience.
That's true,
so
a lot of gays on here.
Trying to,
Boy, did they not like Meg.
Oh, no?
According to the stats.
The internet? Oh, no.
She's like, let me take my socks off and show them. I was like, don't even.
Yeah.
Honestly, just don't even show on camera.
It's not going to help.
Just sit over there.
But they're... I feel like the last few that I've been to, the waitresses have not been like they are on the brochure. I'll just say that.
Diverse.
Yes, diverse. Well, no, they're usually diverse, but they're just like a little bit. There's always something where I'm like, all right, Sometimes they don't even have huge tits, and because of fucking DEI or DIE, whatever the fucking new thing is, they're hiring like. People who wouldn't otherwise have applied at Hooters.
That's right.
And they're getting hired, but not in Florida. Florida, they had them in line. Every waitress was like unbelievably hot. I was so surprised.
Well, they don't believe in DEI.
And you know what? It kept me at the bar longer. I'll tell you that much.
People are talking about all the revenue going against DEI.
Yeah,
producers.
I mean, if we're talking about looking at the numbers... Is it helping the business? that's the bottom. They have a bottom line, folks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I sat down, I got wings, and I got a beer.
That's what you do.
And then there was a guy who sat down next to me, and then we started chatting, and we had a very nice conversation, had a few more beers at the bar together, and we're just, taking view of the landscape.
I gotcha. Were you wearing an open shirt during that time as well?
When I tell you, I didn't put anything on my body that was not Tommy Bahama for the entire trip. For the entire trip,
I
had
to embrace the culture.
100%.
Yeah.
I have, sure. Yeah. So I had like 3 or 4 Tommy Bahamas, the most ridiculous shirts that exist, but they work. That people are like, that's a nice fucking shirt. That's a good shirt.
Yeah.
Like, where'd you
wearing
get that?
Tommy Bahama in a Hooters? That's like wearing a yarmulke in a synagogue.
Yeah. It was like, open.
You put it on when you walk in. You take it off when you walk out.
Just button down shirts. It had like pineapples and then a bunch of different types of drinks. It was like a Bloody Mary, a margarita thing, and nobody bats an eye.
They shouldn't.
It was great.
Yeah, because they're wearing the same thing.
Yeah.
They see you walk in, they're like, that guy gets it.
Yeah, that's the great part about, I like solo vacations because you can kind of try shit out in like a different place. You know what I mean? I could do that in New York, I guess, because there's a million people here and nobody sees me, but I could run into somebody. But like on a solo vacation, I love going to a place and embracing the local thing, whatever that is. Like in Florida.
Right. Okay.
I'm
waiting for other examples here.
Okay, so we were like, we went to Philly. I'm not going to get trashed and get a cheesesteak. I'm going to do that.
Right.
Even if it's not even like on like a small scale, if we're all drinking at an Irish bar, I'm getting the Guinness, I'm getting a shepherd's pie. I like kind of getting swept up by the moment.
Okay.
I think it's fun. Makes for a better memory.
I'm with you. Okay, I just wanted to see where we're fully going with this.
You Baltimore, you get the seafood, you get the crab legs, the thing. I like, you got to try all the things out, folks. Other cultures and whatnot.
I had a thing and I forgot it.
God damn it!
I had a whole thing. So that's 3 days of that.
It was around 3 days of that. One time I went like into the town and just walked around. I'm like, what's the downtown Lauderdale like? Never been like there.
I've been.
I put a thing on my Instagram. I was one day, full day, I talked in a British accent for the hell of it.
That was a whole day?
Yeah.
I thought you did that just in the Uber.
No, I was doing that all day.
Huh.
I was finding like ways to interact with people to see like if I could get away with it. I don't know why they would think that I was lying.
Right.
I was nervous with the Uber driver because it seemed like he was from somewhere else, and he was like,
he could detect accents.
Well, he's like
fake ones.
Well, he was like, hey, where you from? And he asked it with the confidence of like, no matter what you throw back at me, I'm gonna know about it.
I'm gonna go with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna know. Yeah. So I was just like, I just said London. He was like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm like, okay,
good job.
All right.
Really
just keep it together. Don't say anything else unless he asks you a question.
Yeah, I hear that's how most method actors go about it. They go to Fort Lauderdale for 3 days, test out their character.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right,
that's what Daniel Day-Lewis did. He went to Fort Lauderdale as Lincoln.
Daniel Day-Lewis. That's it. I was trying to think, and it was Benedict Cumberbatch is what kept coming into my mind. But he's just British.
Yeah.
Well, that's a long con.
Does he do method? There's only like a few that are known for it.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Daniel Day, although he retired from acting.
No, he's coming back out.
What?
Yeah. He's doing something. I don't know what.
I thought I just heard that he was like...
I don't have much more info.
Is this guy Floyd Mayweather? I mean, what's this?
Yeah. He's actually coming out to fight Jake Paul.
he's been training. Well, he lives in like a fucking castle in like Scotland or something.
Yeah, so would you. How do you think the Wi-Fi works on that?
It's probably not great.
It's not great.
But he also, he could just pretend like he's going to be in a movie from the 1800s and he doesn't have to worry about it. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, that guy's so fucked in the head, he spent half his life living as somebody else. Like, he probably forgot what baseline him is. He's probably just an amalgamation of, like, Lincoln, fucking, the butcher from There Will Be Blood, and the My Left Foot guy. He's probably just walks around...
Do you ever think, like, do you think he retains the skills he learns from the last role? Like, can he like fix my shoes if
he
I need
doesn't?
him to?
It's embarrassing. If you spend 3 years training to be a cobbler for a movie and you can't do it. Yeah, that's fucking embarrassing.
Did he spend 3 years to be a cobbler?
He spent like a couple. Now I think he just does that. I legitimately
just cobbles?
I think he's over there cobbling.
No one cobbles.
No one cobbles. Well, they do over there. I think that's why he moved there.
Oh, is that why?
It's like that's where the market is.
That's the only, they have Scotch and cobblers. That's the only
Imagine
place.
you bring your shoes in, and you're like, is it fucking Daniel Day-Lewis?
Just buy new shoes, you poor fuck.
Yeah, it's like, who is this for? It's for nobody.
I understand why there were cobblers. You only have one pair of shoes. You need them to get fixed, or you have an expensive pair. You need them to get fixed. Those boots are $90 over there. I'll just buy another pair of shoes when they break.
Yeah, that's been the shift in the whole market of shit. Is like everything just breaks easy nowadays because it's just cheap. But things used to like last, but now there's no money in that. They want you to buy the new fucking thing.
Yeah, thanks, Obama.
So yeah, thanks Obama. Fucking Steve Jobs. It's another one.
That's another one.
You
my
know?
battery's dying real quick on this phone. I'll tell you that much.
I know. I fucked my phone up in Fort Lauderdale because I put my phone in the cooler and it was like laying on a piece of ice, and I guess the ice.
Your phone in the cooler?
Because I didn't want to bake it in the sun because it can fuck up.
How hot was it?
It was like 75. It was like.
I think it's okay at 75.
I see, but I've like overheated a phone before, and I didn't want it to get fried, so I figured I'll just toss it in the cooler, it'll be fine. But then an ice cube melted on the fucking camera, and water got in it somehow. So now I can't use Face ID. So every time I go into my phone, I gotta type. I don't feel
bad for you then.
I hate it so much, and I'm trying to hold out until, I don't know, whenever they release the next fucking phone or something.
I mean, there's always new phones.
I know. I was about to, literally when I came back, I was like, I'm going to get the 15, and now I'm starting to see articles, not reading them, but I'm seeing articles for the 16. It's probably going to drop in like November, so if I can make it through the summer.
You should just get the goggles.
Dude, I can't.
You should just do it.
I've been getting fed so many TikToks about these fucking goggles. I hate how cool the experience looks. They obviously look dumb as shit on your face, but like, have you been?
Yeah, I just don't see when I would use that.
I wouldn't use it now in its current form, but it's just gonna eventually go down to like a fucking contact that you put in your face.
No, then I understand it.
Yeah, like, but when you can see, I don't know how they're recording, but like, it's literally like Tony Stark shit. They're like, they can throw a screen up on that wall.
Oh, yeah.
And then you go in the other room, and it stays on the wall.
It is insane how that happens.
I'm like, you don't even need a TV at that point.
Well, you already steal cable.
I know.
So you're stealing the TV.
As long as, I'm stealing the TV. As long as the steely website works, I can blink that up into my...
No, you take it from your laptop and stream it onto the Google.
Yeah. But
thing.
people are already, you've seen the videos of like people wearing the things, driving their Tesla, and they're not driving. I mean, that
is fun.
That's fantastic. That's unbelievable.
What I don't understand is they have a knob on the side that you could change your surroundings.
Yeah.
Why do you need that?
I think
I need to feel like I'm in Joshua Tree sitting in my living room.
Well, I don't think it's if you're in a waiting room, you're on the subway, you're in a place where you don't want to look at what you're looking at. I guess you can, or if you're on a plane. I feel like I would use them on a plane because you can make the whole screen like whatever it is that you're watching, not like a thing you blink up, but you can shut the world out.
Yeah, but it's also heavy on your face, so it's just leaning forward. So you got to go back. You got to lean the seat back because you're going to go forward.
I don't know. I haven't put them on.
I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing here.
I'm sure they worked out the kinks. I mean, Apple usually nails it with their products, unfortunately.
Except for the Apple Watch.
Oh no, good on the Apple Watch.
They stopped allowing the new sales in the U.S.
Why?
They stole the how you could detect AFib from the watch. They stole that from a different company.
What's AFib?
Atrial fibrillation.
Oh,
the whole. I used to do this as a living.
Yeah.
The detecting the heart rate and seeing what the hell is it called? EKG.
The up and downs.
How they could do the EKG from your fingertips.
They stole that from what?
They stole that from another company. Basically, the company invented it. They obviously have patents.
Yeah.
So
they've been making their stuff in China for too long. They're starting to be like, oh, yeah, why don't we just steal everything?
Like the virus.
Why don't we steal everything?
So they hired that company, all their engineers, and just paid them double. And they're like, yeah, just put that into the watch.
Is that stealing?
According to the government.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So now they said, Apple, you can't sell fucking new Apple Watches, dude. You can only sell old ones. And they said
That's like when NASA, brought over all like the Nazi scientists to come work at NASA after World War II.
Yeah, but that was cooler.
It was cooler.
Yeah.
It was a lot cooler than an Apple Watch.
There's going to be no Oppenheimer version of this.
That's true. I suppose. I have an Apple Watch. I don't. It dies so fucking quickly. If I put it on in the morning, it's dead by the end of the day.
Thanks.
I hate it.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah. Again, Obama. What the fuck are you doing?
All these problems happened under TRUMP.
I know. You think his wife's going to run? As like a...
Oh, Obama's.
Yeah.
She should. She would win.
Yeah, I was hearing I love the conspiracy theories of like...
She's a man.
Well, is that a conspiracy theory?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought that was just fact. I thought that was just established. Yeah, great guy. But so the conspiracy was like they run Biden again with Michelle as vice, and then just you wait for Biden to die, and then Michelle. But they could also technically do that with Obama too.
I was going to say, I don't know if you knew that. That's something I learned this morning.
That's not illegal. Obama could run.
No way. If you're Obama or if you're Michelle, why would you ever do that? You got a Netflix deal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It doesn't make sense.
Why would you ever be president?
I think whoever's above them just has their thumb on that. They're like, we need something. Maybe they're just backing the Brinks trucks up and more than Netflix is.
The White House?
Could be. I don't know. They're fucking giving $100 billion to Ukraine every other day. I mean, they could probably.
I know.
What's a couple hundred millies to the Obama?
If the U.S. government's giving that much to Ukraine, how much is Netflix going to give to Ukraine?
I mean,
that's going to be the biggest deal. That's going to make Chappelle look like a peasant.
Seriously, didn't they give Zelensky something on Netflix? Didn't he have something?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he did. But like Ukrainian Netflix. That doesn't mean anything.
That's, yeah. Who's watching that, Nobody's watching that.
No.
But
Russians aren't, I'll tell you that much.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, because they're not going to run Biden. They can't.
Oh, they're going to.
I think they might pull him at the last second. That's what I think. And then like Newsom or somebody will sneak in there.
I like how you're approaching the next presidential election like a horse race.
Yeah, I think.
I think it's going to be a healthy scratch.
I've been talking to the jockeys, and
yeah, what I'm hearing on the inside is it's going to be a muddy track.
He's been limping a lot at the practices. Yeah, I just can't see because he can't debate. He can't speak.
I know it's going to be good.
It's going to be great. I can't wait. Yeah, because I don't know. Everything's a mess now, folks, right? What's going on with the border?
Yeah.
Huh?
Come on. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I don't know, but they're getting busted. Apparently all these buses are coming in. I don't know where they all are. Do you see you see them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, where are they?
If you go to, because like for me to get to LaGuardia, I take the FDR and then go over the RFK bridge.
Okay.
There's a big tent that you think is a circus tent on Randall's Island. It's not a circus tent.
Oh, it's for
that's where they are. Same thing in Brooklyn. Like if I have to go and drive through like the Navy Yard and stuff.
Okay.
They're there too.
Damn. Yeah, because
I also use Grubhub decent amount.
That's true.
So they come right to my door.
Yeah. The Grubhub is they're getting out of control. All right. So at least are they able to get jobs as anything? Are they able to get jobs?
No, because they have no paperwork for anything.
Right.
I also think it's kind of weird how all these refugees aren't Latin American.
Yeah, they're like from other places that are not. I was about to name a country that was probably in Latin America.
They're all fucking Guatemalan.
Yeah, Guatemalan, which
they're way too tall.
That's something else. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. It's like you can't let none in, but you can't let all in. It should be like a bouncer at a club. You can come in if you're hot.
I like this. Keep this going.
I think if you're hot, or you have to have the right ratio. If you're a hot chick, you're getting in.
That's how we should do
You're automatically getting in. If you're a guy, you got to have hot chicks with you. That's just the deal.
I like this.
And guess what? No kids. No kids whatsoever.
Well, I'll tell you one thing: the elites are not going to like that policy. But
maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe all right. Maybe one kid. Maybe if you're a kid, you got to have a hot mom. Just got to be hot across the board. Because then at least they can get in. They could if you give them a phone, they could start a fucking OnlyFans or do something. Let them make their own money or something.
Yeah, they should be like, "Are you on the list?" And they're like, "One."
Just write your sizes.
And there's like, "Juan what? Juan what? I see a lot of wands here. See a lot of wands here, dude."
I think
his buddies are like, "No, he's good. He's with me." They're like, "All right, you're with him." And then then 20 of them hop on a moped and go away.
Yeah, man. They all are getting mopeds. That is a thing.
I'll tell you one thing. Immigration's up, so are mopeds.
The moped game
market's hot.
Is booming, and they're trying to crack down because now that's the new organized crime is moped gangs.
Yeah.
They run up on people, gunpoint, and then jump back on the moped and fucking drive away.
That's
it's
how you know
crazy.
the Democrats have really taken this country over. We used to have cool gangs.
We used to have cool gangs.
Now we got moped gangs.
Just fucking driving away after robbing people. And
their scarves are flailing in the wind.
Yeah, I get a lot of TikToks of it's ride-alongs in a cop car, and they just fucking bum rush a sidewalk where they're all sitting, and then they just tackle the dudes on the mopeds and shit. And now that I used to have one. Now that I don't have one, I'm like, get them all.
Wait, you gave it up?
No, it got stolen. Probably
really?
Yeah, it got stolen.
Yeah, I'll tell you who's not stealing it. Someone doing well.
Yeah, it got stolen. While I was away, it was right outside.
Recently?
No, I mean it's probably a year ago or something.
While you were away. Oh,
I was.
I guess you went
not
away
recently. Yeah. But they stole it, and then I shit you not, I was on Facebook Market because I was maybe gonna get another one. I was on Facebook Marketplace 2 weeks later, and I saw the guy trying to sell it, and I knew it was mine because
how'd you know it was yours?
Because there was a very specific crack in the right mirror. There was an aftermarket fucking cup holder that I attached on the front of it that doesn't come on the thing. And so there's Fly e-bikes is the company, and the Fly 3s have kickstands in the back for a passenger. They don't have them. Fly 7s do. I had a Fly 3, and I had to aftermarket put them on there. And they had him on. I'm like, this is my fucking bike.
Why didn't you hit the cops up?
I hit the guy up to try and buy it, and then I was going to try and fucking do a sting operation to catch the guy. And
then you got a spot.
It was. I think that may have been. I was like, it was a small window. My roommate was like, "You're gonna get stabbed. Do not do this." And so I tried to. The only window that I had to go and meet the guy was a few days later. So I was like, I will come on Friday, and I'll buy this thing. And I think within that time, he sold it.
Scumbag.
I know, because I've done that too, where I'm selling something and I tell everybody it's available, and then whoever gets to me first, that's who I give it to.
And you also stole it, most likely.
No, I did not steal that. You can't steal
not the bike,
but
the other stuff.
The what?
Anything you're selling, or wearing, or eating, or watching
on Facebook Marketplace. What did I sell? No, I think I sold a keyboard because I thought I was gonna play a keyboard at one point in time. I sold that.
You thought you were gonna play keyboard?
I thought I was gonna play the piano at some point.
You really do have a BFA.
I know. I actually just bought an acoustic guitar as well.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, I mean, well, I got an electric guitar when I was very young, and I never really learned how to play it. So now I've just had this guitar, and I've wanted to learn forever, but you can't learn on an acoustic guitar when you have no amp. And I live in New York City. I'm like, I don't want to fucking, amplify the whole thing.
Right.
And I also don't want to play that kind of music, so I wanted an acoustic guitar, so I went on Facebook Marketplace.
All right.
And I got one.
Oh.
And I will learn. I can play. I'm starting to get the little bit of calluses, from playing.
Yep. Nothing says everything's going great than a 30-year-old just starting acoustic guitar.
Oh, man. If you could see the videos in my recently deleted, I mean.
No, thank you.
It's just a lot of all right.
Oh, wait, you're filming yourself doing this?
I was trying. I'm like, oh, that'll be fun. I'll film a progress. like when I first started, and then like a year later when I can like play, that'll be a nice moment, to document.
Sure.
It's like looking at an open mic when you first started. That's what I thought it would be like.
Got it.
And then I looked back at it, and I'm like, this is gay.
This is
This is so gay.
This is gayer than having sex with a man.
This is gay. Yeah. Call in.
Shout out to you.
Shout out
Look
to
at the sock.
I mean, God forbid, huh? You always got to throw a colorful sock on when you're coming on the Rich Apple Pod.
That's right.
You got to.
Except if you're May.
Dude, speaking of speaking of gay, I just heard this term recently. I don't know where we're at with time, but I saw it this morning. Have you ever heard the term het-splaining?
Head-splaining?
Het.
Het.
As in like hetero. Like you're a heterosexual trying to explain something about like something gay, for instance.
No, I think that's just being right.
And to tell you the same thing with mansplaining, But yeah, it was like, there was some story about like a lesbian flipping out because like there was a straight guy at the lesbian bar, and she's like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "I'm just trying to blah 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 blah." And she's like,
"They got good deals."
Yeah, and she's like, "You're het-splaining," and I was like, enough. And I went.
It must be fun to just make things up.
Yeah, the word explaining. Can we leave this word alone? This thing has just been fucking reworked and just stolen in so many different ways. You can't just put blank splaining on. It's just lazy.
Well, that's why I think women just shouldn't talk.
I mean,
straight across the board.
I mean, folks, what do we think? I think it's not a bad. How about we try it out? Like, what was somebody was trying to do a campaign like years ago, like one day without women or something. Like, what if women didn't do anything? Like, would the world fall apart? And we were all just like, promise?
Wait, are you serious? We've been trying to do that.
We've been trying to do that forever. That would be interesting as hell if like there was a whole day when women didn't speak, and then we could try men. We could try men as well.
Yeah. Last time that happened, we won 2 world wars. You remember that?
Oh God!
All right, we're switching to the Patreon.
We're switching.
If you thought that was wild.
If you thought that was
it out on
folks.
the Patreon right now, folks.
Oh my goodness!
All right, here we go. We're starting now.